Why is it whenever we have a mass shooting or some allegedly politically motivated shooting, nothing ever adds up, and we never get the straight scoop from the mainstream media or, in many cases, law enforcement? So I'm talking about this very, very bizarre case. After one of the largest manhunts in history in Minnesota, police looking for this Vance Luther Bolter, who has been arrested, thankfully, after he allegedly killed the Minnesota Speaker of the House, Melissa Hartman, and her husband, and then shot Minnesota State Senator Jonathan Hoffman and his wife. Apparently, there was a hit list of 45 people. Beyond that, we don't know anything else about this case. And I'm going to tell you, as I go through the facts here, nothing adds up, except one thing became very, very clear. There was rapid media coordination to try to pin this on President Trump, MAGA, as somehow it was politically motivated and from the right. Now, it may have been, but we don't know that at this point, and police really aren't giving any clues what was behind it. Cut 17.
I think the first thing we need to do is have our leaders take the temperature down. We're not expecting to see that from President Trump. Unfortunately, he has more than anyone given the permission structure for this reality. There's a cycle here of the most important leadership in the country, both in the words he uses and the actions he's authorizing, creating an environment that's becoming more violent, more conflictual. I don't expect...
Enough of it. I'm not going to let him go on and on and on. The bottom line is it's proof that he's trying to blame this on President Trump. All the mainstream media outlets were doing this. President Trump didn't have anything to do with this. And I don't think it's MAGA related either. Now, whoever did this absolutely is a lunatic, whether it's from the right or the left. He ought to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. This Vance Luther Bolter, if he's guilty, then prosecute him. But the timing on all of this is very convenient, leaving me asking, is this Bolter somehow of a patsy, or is he the predator that the mainstream media is making him out to be? I want answers in all of this. Again, timing convenient. President Trump surging in the polls. America getting behind President Trump and his immigration policies. Whether the media wants you to believe that or not, America is largely behind President Trump. So the Democrats are left with just absolute nothing. So they've got to try to concoct something. Is this one of those cases? I don't know. But it may be. I can tell you some of the very bizarre things here. It appears his social media presence was scrubbed. There's not much about this guy online. And in today's day and age, even for a 57-year-old, you usually have a Facebook page or something. Not a lot of social media presence. As I said, he had a 45-page hit list. At first, we're told it's a manifesto. Now, I don't care what you call it, but there are writings there. What do those writings tell us? And then all of a sudden, police don't want to use the term manifesto.
I've seen nothing like a Unabomber-style manifesto in his writings. He had many, many notebooks full of plans, lists of names, surveillance, efforts that he took to surveil and locate the home addresses and family members' relationships with these elected officials. But I have not seen anything involving some sort of political screed or manifesto that would clearly identify what motivated him.
What I don't like about law enforcement in many cases like this is they play word games. We don't care if you call it a manifesto. We don't care if you call it a notebook full of writings. What's in it? You can't tell me, you can't come up with some idea where this guy was by reading those writings. Of course you can.